Hello and welcome to the h2x series Building Heat Loss. By the end of this series you should have all the tools to become a H2 expert for obtaining heat loss calculations. In this first video I will be showing you how to set up a new project from scratch specifically for heat loss calculations. So to start, if you navigate to the New Project button up in the right corner and select that, you will be taken to the first page where you'll be asked for an address of the project. Don't worry too much if you don't have an exact location just yet. Give more of a general location. For this example, I will be using the h2x UK office location. After that, feel free to name the project whatever you like and number it if you so wish. For this project, I'm going to be selecting the UK here as I want to work in the UK standards. Feel free again if you're in Australia or America to change to your standards and units of measurement. I will also be selecting No on existing project template, as for a first time user you won't have any existing projects, but feel free in the future to select Yes here, and that will shorten the setup process as it will read in all the settings and instructions that you set for a previous project. On this next screen, you can choose what you want to use h2x for on this project. These options can be altered later on, so don't worry if you miss anything for larger projects. But for this example, all you need to select is heat loss, and then we can start designing. Now on to the finer settings. If you click on the settings in the top left corner here, you'll be taken to this screen where you can see the ability to add or remove the workflows that you set previously. If we now move on to the Info tab, here you can add some more details about the project if you wish, but for this example it doesn't really matter right now, so we're just going to leave this blank. If you now move over to the heat load settings on the left hand side, you will find settings such as the external winter temperature, the ground temperature, the spare capacity and the thermal bridging coefficient. Now for the external winter temperature, some companies like to work to set values such as -3 degrees. However, if we hit refresh here, it will change to a value found from a local weather station relating to your project address. You can also change your heating air changes rate standard here, and for this example I'm just going to be using MCS post 2006, but feel free to change to any standard you would like to work to. Now if you move over to the Materials tab on the top bar here, you can set some default information for items such as walls, windows, doors and roofs. If the material you're looking for isn't in this pre-selected drop down, you can add a new custom material up here. On this page you can also change default dimensions like the window height, room height, door widths. You can change all of these dimensions on a case-by-case basis later on in the heat load design. However, if you knew most of your doors were 1.3 meters wide, you could change this here to save yourself a little bit of time. The only setting I'm going to change on this page for now is the colours of the external and internal walls, just to give myself a better visual representation later on. Over to the Rooms tab now. Here we could add custom rooms if they weren't available in h2x. h2x does come with a list of rooms such as bedrooms, bathrooms and hallways with typical values set. However, if you did want to add your own, you could add one here, like I've added this pantry room, and set the indoor temperature to 10 degrees Celsius. Roofs tab. Here we can change our default roof, so at current it's set to the flat roof to be standard. So any room that gets drawn in h2x will just automatically assume it's got a flat roof. You can change this, so if I move over here, this is now the default room and I can change the height here. Again, each roof can be drawn on a case-by-case basis, and the heights can also be changed on a case-by-case basis too. If we now move over to the Energy Usage tab, here you will find the value for the heat and degree days. Feel free to enter any number that you want to work to. However, again, if you hit refresh here, it will change to the weather station information for the location that we set at the start. The other settings here are more for the heating design, so they don't matter at this point. Final thing you may want to change is the units, where feel free to change them however you like. And that is everything for setting up a project for heat loss.